Hey, hello. There's Jerry and
Hey, yeah, we got cut off and started back up here, it looks like.
Oh, so it wasn't me.
no, I think it was me. I just got on. This is Gary.
Yeah, since you jumped on, I think it took the hosting away from Jerry and then kicked everybody off.
Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
I got a message that said the host has ended this meeting.
Yeah.
I didn't touch a thing, I promise.
Okay.
Hi, Andrew. It looks like you're on campus in Lafayette.
Hey, it's good to see you.
Yeah.
I am, yep, I'm in Lafayette.
Now, is that a background or?
Yeah, it's a picture, but I am here.
It is usually busier than that out there, so.
Yeah, this is like holiday cleanup, quiet here. This picture.
Sorry, it looks like I kicked everybody off when I got on, huh?
Yeah.
I was afraid it was me.
Sorry about that. Andy and I just finished doing Meals on Wheels, so Andy will be getting on a little bit too.
Well, what we need to is have our next meeting wherever your background is, Gary.
Yeah, I agree. I'm ready for that.
Oh, God.
We also have a proposed new member here, John Strickland. John, glad to have you here and glad you joined. Caleb sponsored John, so glad to have everybody on.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll make John do an intro for himself as well. He can brag about his boys and all that. So
Okay.
Done? And Larry?
Guys,
Taylor,
hello.
Les, I did put you on there as a co-host too, so you'll be able to share stuff.
Good.
we'll go and get started in a minute. Hey, Kyle.
Hey Caleb, how is everybody?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. My office looks like or my desk looks like a bomb went off in an Office Max, but day's going by quick, so we'll take it. How are you?
I think we're gonna be all right. I'm gonna make it. How's your cat?
Well, this is the same cat my wife has had since college, so
Oh,
yeah, they I think we're basically turning our house into cat hospice.
Oh,
It's
Been there.
been there, not fun.
no, my wife has had this cat longer than she's had me, so we saw it coming.
there's precedence here, you know.
I think my wife would have an easier time putting me down than this cat, so
Oh,
it's been a week in our house, but
Yeah,
it happens, you know.
it does. Well, we're at noon. We can go ahead and get started, I guess. So I don't know, Gary, do you have a flag that you can throw up there like we used to?
No, I don't. I wasn't prepared for that. I'll have to get that again.
Yeah. Well, we'll
Jerry-
say the pledge in our
Jerry's
pledge
got
in
a
our hearts
flag.
then.
Jerry's got a flag.
You got a flag, Jerry? Hey, there
Jerry
you go.
does,
All right.
yeah.
then we can actually say the pledge then. So, all right, we'll go ahead and get started with that. So, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to
to
the
the
republic
republic for which it stands, one nation, God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. That's such a tough thing to do over multiple microphone Zoom. So,
right.
did we have an invocation? Was anybody on there for the invocation today? I didn't see the list.
I don't think there was.
Okay. Well, then, does anybody want to volunteer? Does anybody have one ready and handy?
Yeah.
John Cully's ready.
All right, John.
Let us pray. Almighty God, who has given us this good land for our heritage, we humbly beseech thee that we may always prove ourselves a people mindful of thy favor and glad to do thy will. Bless our land with honorable industry, sound learning, and pure manners. Save us from violence, discord, and confusion. Defend our liberties and fashion into one united people, the multitudes brought hither out of many kindreds and tongues. And do with the spirit of wisdom those to whom we entrust the authority of government, that there may be justice and peace at home, and that we show forth thy praise among the nations of the earth. In the time of prosperity, fill our hearts with thankfulness, and in the day of trouble, suffer not our trust in thee to fail. Amen.
Amen.
All right. We can start with happy bucks. Anybody happy this week? Not super happy outside, but we can still be happy.
Gary's
Joanne had her knee surgery on Tuesday. It was a complete replacement of her right knee. The surgery went well. She had a good first night. Last night, not so much. She's resting right now, but yours truly is going to be a nursemaid and a grocery getter and a driver. She can't drive for the next 3 weeks or 4 weeks. So I'm chained to the house, and I'm to do her bidding. But I'm happy that it's over with, and hopefully she'll be suffering a lot less pain once she recovers from the surgery.
Good.
Well, I'm happy that my eye surgery went well and I'm recovering and I can see.
There you go.
Great.
So glad to have you back, Mark. Any others? Okay, well, I'll throw in some as well. I've got an annual men's trip that I go every year, and that is tomorrow. So you won't hear from me tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday. So, but that's a much needed time away each year. This year we got 30 guys. Usually it's anywhere between 10 to 15. So it's just a nice big group of guys that I grew up with, and some friends that we've got up in Lima, Ohio that come down now too. So it'll be a good trip. So, yep.
Where do you go?
We used to go to University of Illinois. We go to a hockey game every year. So we call it the hockey trip, but we haven't done that for probably 7 or 8 years. Once we left, most of us had left the college age. So that scene didn't really make sense. So we go down to Bradford Woods, just south of Indy, IU on that. They've got a little camp down there, and there's a really big house that we just kind of take over, and music, games, and just general fellowship, just to kind of get away and reset for the year. So it's a good time. Yep.
Sounds like fun.
Okay, we've got a new member who's going to be joining us once we get the approval. I guess we'll have to really do some deep digging here for Mr. Strickland and make sure that he's up to par for our group. I grew up with both of his boys. When I was in middle school, my older brother would come home complaining of how his hand hurt because he had to catch Jay, who is the principal over at, I guess, middle school. Again, he had a pretty hard throwing arm, and my brother used to complain of his hand hurting because he'd always catch Jay in high school. And then I was real good friends with Jeff, who was just above me a year in high school. So I've grown up with the Stricklands. They've had a really big impact on my life, so I'm really glad to have John in. John, you want to give just a quick bio on yourself, kind of your history and all that?
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Caleb. We live here in Crawfordsville, have been here for just under 30 years. Actually, I retired from Fairfield Manufacturing in Lafayette about 10 years ago. And we originally are from the Yorktown, Williamsburg area of Virginia. My wife Judy and I, we live in Northridge area here in Crawfordsville. And as Caleb indicated, our sons grew up here. Jay is the principal at the high school, and Jeff has just recently moved from Crawfordsville over to Westfield to plant a church in the growing Westfield area. So we're certainly thankful that he's kind of taken that direction. I guess that's about it. That's
Thanks, John.
and I'm excited and certainly hope to be a part of the Kiwanis here in Crawfordsville. A lot of good things done. I've got a neighbor over here, David Polly, is 2 doors over from me, and have talked to him from time to time, and a few others in the organization. So yeah, it's a great organization. You folks do a super job here in the community.
We're glad to have you. Say we'll put you to work for sure.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
I'm on my phone, so I don't see everybody else. Of course, we've got our Lieutenant Governor, Andrew Muffett. Hello, Andrew. Thank you for joining.
Thanks, Caleb.
Any other guests today other than our speakers? I think we're all members here. Okay. So a couple things we've got this week. We've got some sponsorship letters going out for Pancake Day. So we are getting into full swing. If you have any businesses that you would like to request to participate, either shoot me or Jake Moore an email and we'll get those out there. For those of you that have a business, you may be seeing a letter soon requesting some money, but we're going to have a sit-down lunch with Paul Jadell and a couple of his general managers with McDonald's here in town. Since we are going to be doing the McDonald's way again, it makes sense. We made a good amount of money last year, moving from that very hands-on Pancake Day, moving it to more of a week where we're more hands-off, but hopefully this year we'll have a little bit more hands-on again, getting together with some of the other sponsors and trying to sell tickets in some different manners. So you also will be seeing your tickets coming as well. And of course, the expectation is you basically pay for the tickets you get. We're not going to raise prices or change those this year, I don't think. We're probably pretty much going to keep those the same. So I think it was $97 or something like that we had. So we'll of course keep you up to date on that, but look for those to be coming to you. We'll have another strong year on that. For current projects we've got going, I know Gary, we've got is it the truck or the backpacks next week?
Next week is the truck, next Friday. So
Okay.
we need some volunteers to help with that. It's at 9 a.m. at the Youth Service Bureau. Let me know so we can keep track of how many we have. I know we did pack backpacks this last week, and we cleared out quite a bit of stuff. So I'm sure that the truckload will be fairly full.
Okay, wonderful. We've got our next satellite meeting tonight. So the After Hours Club, 5:30 at Francis and Mount. I know we've got a few that'll be there. Kyle and I actually both have something different that we have to do tonight. One's with Kyle's got the cat, and I've got some friends who had some twins that we're taking dinner over to tonight. My wife signed us up for tonight, so she apparently didn't look at my schedule. But we're going to be talking about, I'm pretty sure we're discussing the time frame for putting together a movie night that the junior leaders at 4-H will be able to do some selling of concessions and a fundraiser for them. So that's kind of the goal, is that they'll be able to kind of partner with us and make a little money for the junior leaders there at 4-H here in town. And then Kyle, do you want to say a couple things about the Boys and Girls Club fundraiser? We want to see if we can't get some participation here with that too.
Yeah, I don't want to steal too much thunder from next week's meeting because it'll be all about goings on at the club and our annual giveaway fundraiser. But assuming the COVID numbers cooperate, we're hoping to have our annual giveaway fundraiser next month. Last Friday of February, so February 26th, 7 to 11 out at the club, casino night, live music, chef's competition, including a fellow Kiwanian, Isaac Welliver, will be participating in the chef's competition, so we'll have to come and support him. But silent auction, so we'll be looking for ways to hopefully partner Kiwanis with the giveaway fundraiser. So more on that next week. I don't want to take too much thunder away from next week, but yeah, I'm hoping to have everybody involved.
Good little teaser. Yeah. Okay. So for meetings, just talking about the COVID numbers, the library has extended their no food at the library through the 3rd week of February. So unless we decide to do something different, we will still be on here for the next 3 weeks as well. Talked with Don at the library. We've taken off our I guess whatever the days are, the first 3 weeks of February. Those will definitely be by Zoom unless we decide to try and get lunch somewhere. So I guess that'd be the 3rd, 10th, and 17th are the ones that we canceled so far.
Caleb,
Hope
real quick,
numbers.
not to interrupt,
Yep.
Caleb, I did talk to Larry Cooper at the Legion, so I can catch up with you offline about that. Don't let me forget.
Okay. So stay tuned. We'll see what we can do there. Yeah. Other than that, I think that's most of the announcements I have. Does anybody else have any other announcements or anything?
Yeah, Caleb, just to remind everybody, I did put out an email about the pop tabs. The key clubs in all 3 high schools are starting a competition February 1st through the end of February. So bring in your pop tabs, get them to the key clubs. They're going to have a big competition, and we are going to sponsor the winner group and with some type of an award and possibly a pizza or something like that. I don't know what we're going to do yet, but that's our plans.
Perfect.
Hey, Gary, do you have a container we can start collecting them here on campus?
I don't have any of the containers.
No matter how I do it, can I just use like an old pretzel container or something?
Yeah, that's what.
With that?
I don't know what the schools are going to use yet.
Okay.
What the key clubs are going to use, but yeah, if you have, I've got a bunch of old coffee can type containers. If you want some of those, you can color them or paint them or do whatever, and then just pop tabs into those.
I've got big plastic containers that pretzels came in.
Sure.
So okay, I'll get
great.
those out next week too here on Ivy Tech.
Thanks. Thank you. All of that again is going for Riley Hospital or for Ronald McDonald House at Riley Hospital. And as long as I'm talking about Riley again, of course, this month's or this quarter's Happy Bucks are going for Riley, and we are also starting up next Tuesday. Not next Tuesday, the 8th. I think it's the 8th. The second Tuesday of the month, Terry and I will be pushing the comfort cart there. They are looking for people, so if you're interested, it's just a fantastic opportunity for service to look at pushing that comfort cart and bringing those things to the parents that are waiting for surgeries and all of the other things. So feel free to do that.
Very much needed and a very good partnership. I mean, Riley's been with Kiwanis since the very beginning, before Riley even existed. So keep on pushing that. So appreciate your partnership, Gary, with that and being our representative there in the building. So, okay. Well, I guess we'll move it on to our speaker. Who's got our intro?
Well, I had originally asked Kristen, and we talked about this when Kristen became a member, and about doing a tour of Ivy Tech here, and we were going to do that today, and unfortunately with the restrictions with the COVID stuff, we decided to, since we were meeting all on Zoom, that we would use this as a Zoom meeting today. So Kristen came in along with Les Smith. Les is their community development officer for businesses, or
That explains what I do, yeah, pretty well, but
Okay.
yeah, employer
Okay.
consultant position, Gary.
so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute everybody, and Les, you'll have to unmute yourself. I just want to mute everybody so there's no interruptions, and then Les and Kristen will go ahead and tell us about Ivy Tech here and see what's going on.
All right, and are we sharing screen, Gary, or not?
Yeah, you can
Screen at the
share.
top.
Yeah, just
Oh,
go
got
ahead
it.
and hit the share screen.
Yeah. And then the blue share button.
There we go.
Now you'll want to run that slideshow from the start, up at the top,
Yeah. And,
in the orange.
oh, sorry, I'll go back one. There we go. So what you'll see is two different presentations here. What Chris and I thought we'd do is, I'm talking about what Ivy Tech CCEC group. It's a fairly new group where we're pulling together a number of people, and I'll talk a little bit about the layout and organization. But it's a pipeline for students to employers. Be talking through that. My role as employer consultant, and Gary alluded to it pretty well, was I get out and I talk to the businesses, the employers out in the community, find out what their needs are and try to find the right fit from a training and education standpoint. And if it's not training and education, it's people, connect them to the right people. And if they've got students already in school and they want to talk to career counselors, career coaches, we've got some in our group. And what I'll do is go through some of the trainings that the employer consultants offer. And this is something I think most are familiar with and think about when they think about traditional two-year colleges. We've got the associate's degree, and a lot of our students will move on to, say, a four-year degree or move straight into work depending on what major they're in. You know, are they in medicine? Are they in manufacturing? Are they in business? Or science? Do they end up going into a four-year science program? Technical certificates and certificates are more focused, and what they'll do, they're lower credits. They're one-year programs for a full-time student, and a technical certificate is less than a year for a full-time student. I've got employers out there that are actually using this for apprentice programs and other programs where they will take, say, the certificate program. They want a credentialed employee, and they enjoy the skills. They take the benefit from the skills the employee has, and the employee ends up with a college certificate from it. So this is your traditional approach to education, and that's one most people are familiar with. One of the things we're doing, at least with our manufacturing school and talking to some of the other schools, is this interdisciplinary degree where we're looking at certificates and technical certificates, and they can mix and match. Let's say that in a manufacturing environment, you've got somebody who does electrical work and mechanical work and instrumentation work, and they don't want full associate's degree. They have the ability to build their own curriculum and work with the school. There's some limitations, there's some requirements they have to have in that, but now a la carte style, they can build what they need for their education and upskill their workforce. So the first two slides were about the traditional education process. Some of the other stuff that we offer, not everybody knows that we offer these. We've got skills training here, or this is the ones we offer to the community where maybe one business doesn't have enough people to make it fruitful, but multiple businesses come together. For hospitality, we do Serve Safe. We work with the Indiana Restaurant Lodging Association, and we'll put on a food safety manager's course. We have one coming down here at Crawfordsville in the next 4 weeks, I think, 4 to 5 weeks. And I've been contacting some of the businesses down there, finding out. I didn't talk about my background. I've only been with Ivy Tech 9 months, and I moved to the Crawfordsville area, but I still don't know the businesses in the area. I've been contacting the businesses just to let them know what's going on out here, and that, hey, there's a local opportunity to pick up the classes. Business, say lean manufacturing. We offer a basic lean manufacturing course, and we can customize it to do more than basic. Nursing, basic life-saving, CPR, advanced manufacturing. We will do a number of maintenance courses. We just finished a course where, because of COVID, and we've been talking about it all day, they needed to get electrical training out there. We have an online option. We work with them to come up with an online option for them. Information technology example would be Excel training. And we're talking about doing Excel training down here on a regular basis. But I think just about everything on this list we will do on campus. These can be anywhere from a 2-hour training session to a full day training session, to maybe a couple of day training session, but they're not going to be anything like the traditional coursework. For the ones that don't fit into those 2 categories, we've got customized training where I work with employers on something that typically they want something shorter, faster. They need it. They can't wait 2 years for somebody to graduate with an associate degree. They can't wait for somebody to graduate in 12 months with a technical certificate. They want something fast, hard hitting, and there are so many employers out there looking for employees right now. They're trying to upskill what they're doing. And I'm working with employers in this area, employers in Lafayette area. We've got a 9-county region we're trying to support, and we'll talk to them about what they need now and what they need long-term. And we'll try to build a program. Again, it's a mix of all the above offerings and maybe short-term. One of the things that we're doing, we've been hearing from some of the employers, leadership training. We've got 2 campuses doing 2 slightly different leadership courses, and what we're trying to do now is say, hey, this one fits best for our community. This is what we want to do, and get that out in front of people, let them know what's going on leadership wise. So if the other 2 don't fit, the traditional 3-credit courses or 2-credit courses, if the local Excel, you want something more than Excel, you want something more than CPR, basic life saving, that's where you talk to me, and I'll push you in touch with the right people on campus. We'll see what we can build. One of the keys, we always do surveys at the end of our, we've got a list of some of the employers in the area, but we will always do surveys at the end of our training sessions to find out how we did. One of the opportunities we had, we were able to actually get measured results, percentage results on what we did. We saw a 30% improvement on technical skills, their ability before training testing and after training testing. And it's important for us to make sure we're adding value to what we're doing out there. Whenever we're not holding a training session, just hold a training session and sign off on a certificate box. So that's what we're trying to do, is provide value to the communities and value to the employers in the area and to the students. What you'll see is we'll also take a look at grants that are available, whether it's Workforce Ready Grant, Next Level Jobs. We don't do that specifically, but we'll point you to the right places where we have a good idea of what might work, what might not work for employers in the area. And this is a little bit about the organization I'm working in. The top left corner, student engagement, that's where we've got career coaching. We've got 3 career coaches up in Lafayette, and they will come down here on campus and support if Kristen needs it.
Les?
Yes.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but we're only seeing, I think, slide number 2. Okay, I know you've been talking a bit, but that's all we're seeing. We're not seeing it as a slideshow. Just the one that says career coaching, employer connections, and then it's got the 3 different things down there.
Go back and see if we shared the right thing.
Now I think you may have stopped sharing the screen.
Yeah, I did. I want to be able to make sure that we
We're
are
sharing the right.
on the right one. So let's try this. Now, is it advancing for you?
Yeah, now we see it and it is advancing. So we're on the one that says interdisciplinary degrees.
Okay.
Good. Sorry about that, everybody. So these first two, again, traditional courses, associate degree, technical certificate, and then the interdisciplinary, very custom, very employer specific. Skills training, that's where we're doing the Excels, the CPR training, lean manufacturing, the food safety courses. And then I think I was on the customized training where we're sitting down talking to the employers about specifically what they need. Maybe it's something in between that 4-hour course and that 1-year course that they need right now. We're working with a group right now. One of the examples is they're thinking maybe a 3-credit program that we used to do with their predecessor. And we're working with them on not 3-credit, 3-class, 9-credit course that's very focused, but gives them what they need for the positions they've got. And here are the benefits slide. That's where that 30%, we actually were able to measure. It wasn't just that, did you like the course? Did you not like the course? And, you know, the 15 to 20 question survey that we might ask. You know, this was, we were able to take before and after grades and some of the companies we're working with. Is everybody still getting every slide?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
I like the, oh, if you want to go back,
Go
I
ahead.
like the number served, you know, the 1,246 people we've been able to serve just last year into this year. And then CDL is really taken off too.
That's true. We're having a CDL. If you drive up the Crawfordsville campus, you'll see a trailer or 2 trailers on there where we're doing 3-week training sessions with 4 people on a regular basis. I can't remember whether we're up to about 40, I think, people just since I've been on board 9 months. So, you know, that is big for the community. A lot of people need truck drivers. This was the organization. This will help, and being able to see this will help a little bit. That student engagement piece, this is where I was at. That's where the career coaches will go to where the students are. It doesn't matter whether it's Crawfordsville, Frankfort, Monticello, Lafayette. They're going to go to where the students are and try to make sure that they're supported in any way possible, or they will work with them remotely on trying to go through what they got. The internships and the talent acquisition, we've got 2 people, talent connection managers, that work with employers in the area. And Hire Ivy is our job board. They will help with setting up people on Hire Ivy. If the employer has internships they want to do, it doesn't matter whether it's accounting, whether it's manufacturing, they'll help try to find somebody and then help set up internship programs. And talent acquisition, that everybody is trying to hire right now. I think 70% of the employers I talk to are trying to hire somebody. And that's where first 4 to 6 months of my time with Ivy Tech, I spent referring people to the talent connection man, because they were the ones trying to fill the positions. That's transitioning over to now we've got some of these people on board. We need to upskill them a little bit. But what they will do is also try to put you in front of the right students in class. If you want to, we have maybe it's a job fair on campus. Maybe it's a talk to a specific group of students in one class. They will work with the instructors to try to set up what you're looking for. That's possible. And then what I'm trying to do is the right 2 circles, the training and the employee upskilling. You know, there's a lot of hiring out there now. There are a lot of people talking about whether, you know, I need everything I needed before or don't need everything I needed before. If I don't need it now I just need somebody on board. Maybe they need to upskill them in certain training areas. So we'll work on all that training I was talking about before and try to work on what the employers need. And our aim is to try to have clear processes. This is for the students and the career coaches. Focus on this clear process for engaging with the Ivy Tech students. And that falls on Kristen down here too. the site director for the Crawfordsville Kiwanis. Access to prepared and skilled talent, higher retention rates. So that's our students. And that is, you know, the retention rate comes in a lot with employee satisfaction because the employer cares and is training me and upskilling me. But it also comes in the practical way of, you know, to finish those courses that's there. I was listening to a podcast since I'm driving between Crawfordsville and Lafayette, and it focused on a community college near Disney. Disney had a turnover about every 6 months. They were turning somebody over. They started offering associate's degree to their students. And guess what? All of a sudden their turnover rate jumped to a little over 2 years. Everybody wants to stick around, get that associate's degree. And that had a cost impact for Disney in what they were doing down there. So there's the employee standpoint that, hey, you're helping me out. This is great. I love you as an employer. But there's also the employer side of keeping people there. We're looking for sustainable relationships with the Ivy Tech campuses. You know, training is going to come and go. Training needs are going to come and go. And we're trying to reduce the cost for recruiting training, increase the productivity and retention rates for the employers. And I think that's all I've got. We'll just wait until the end of it for questions and answers.
Well, that
Or
could
do you
have,
want,
do you have any questions for Les on any of this? Because this is significant and it's new. We used to have one, maybe two people in the Lafayette campus that helped with
workforce
career.
development?
And now we've got a whole team of how, 10?
Well, they're
14?
talent connection. When we came in, there were maybe 3, 4 people if you expanded it outside of our area. Now we're trying to make sure we can cover that 9 county region and trying to make sure we spend some time with them. Chris and I are talking regularly about what needs to be done down here. She's a good resource.
Remember, if you have any questions, to unmute yourself.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Les.
Roll.
Your turn, Kristen.
Use the roll.
So, there we go. Yeah, so I'm Kristen Oakes. I've met some of you. I'd like to make it to more meetings. I'm still teaching math classes, and Tuesdays and Thursdays are popular times for math classes. So I'll have to probably pop into some evening meetings because I'm in class now from 8:30 till typically 1 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But I'm excited to be down here in Crawfordsville. I've been at Ivy Tech since 2009. I came in as math faculty, and I've spent a lot of time working with the college statewide to address just removing the barrier that is math. I'm very pleased to see them nationally. Ivy Tech in the state of Indiana has led a lot of initiatives to help make mathematics more appropriate and remove it as a barrier to students completing their degrees. So I can talk about that one whole time if you wanted to. I'm going this way. Hopefully you've been to our campus. If not, I look forward to hosting you here once COVID allows it, so you can see some of the changes we've been able to make. We came back to class in August, and the building had been closed for about 15 months during the pandemic. And some of the benefits of the pandemic is we learned to be smarter about how to use technology and to be more adaptive and flexible for meeting student needs. So when you come to campus, you're going to see new technology in the classroom. We've got better monitors, better cameras, better sound systems. Ivy Tech as a whole is connecting students. For example, I teach my math class virtually. I have students joining me from all over the state to study in Zoom and learn things. I also oversee our academic support program. So tutoring statewide, we're sharing resources. Most of our tutors are instructors, and I may not always have, for example, last semester, I didn't have a Spanish instructor that could tutor, but I could connect our students with Spanish tutors located at other campuses using the technology. So that has been an upside of the pandemic. We've come back strong, specifically focusing, on business. We still have our business administration 2-year program. That's a dual enrollment program. On this campus, a lot of my focus, I started here in the summer, has been with our K-12 partners. And we have 4 excellent high schools in the community. Sarah Nicodemus has been a wonderful partner, has had all the superintendents and the principals, but trying to enhance what they're already doing and being a place where those high schools can coordinate what they can provide. So business is here. We've got a lot of math and science classes, and of course, English and comm. So that was offered that fall, and we'll continue to expand that. These 2-year dual enrollment programs. So business administration has been here, and that continues to be quite popular. This fall, program chairs, the dean and myself, participated with the high schools. We went to their recruitment events. We've had groups of students come to campus to see the facility and meet with people, and now those students are enrolling. And these programs will be built really with the basis of our high school students, and then they'll be expanded to include community members. So this would be a program that anyone in the community could take advantage of. The other thing that's new is we turned one of our classrooms into a cybersecurity lab. And that means that they have a lot of access to do a lot of things, but they put in different barriers so that they can't crash our system. This is an actual picture of that lab, and one of our students and one of our instructors. We started with a pretty small group of 6 this year, but I already was talking to the instructor, and our instructor, our program chair, is fantastic. He's got like 25 years experience, an excellent reputation for his program. So expanding his Lafayette-based program to Crawfordsville is a great opportunity for our community and our students. Of the 5 seniors, he was telling me 2 of them got into Purdue programs. One of them got into the computer science program, which I think is number 6 in the nation. And it is so hard to get to that program. So these are top students, and we feel like we can just kind of elevate what they're exposed to and what they can learn in high school. So they're really prepared to go on and take advantage of some of these world-class opportunities. Questions on that?
Can I fix my computer?
I don't know, maybe. We don't have a working lab yet, but maybe. The other thing you'll notice when you come here is the dual credit. So these are run by the high schools, taught by high school teachers, but they were kind of trying to find the right space, and they came here. So we have 2 classrooms that are CNA labs. So they've got the hospital beds, the wheelchairs, all the things students need. And so the high schoolers are here Monday through Friday for the first 8 weeks. Now they're out in clinicals Monday through Thursday, and they're here on Friday. Super group of students. We're happy to have them here. So it's exciting. We have a blend, right? So some are traditional students, some are our partner ones. We work kind of with you this fall. I'm a big believer in building community through service. So I wrote a grant this fall and got money, and we did a campus-wide service project the week before finals week. And we made, I think, 62 of those tie fleece blankets. And then our CNA students were able to take them to the nursing homes where they're doing their clinical visits and make Christmas cards. And it was just a way for us to try to make those residents feel special and to give our students kind of that extra opportunity to be connected with their community and some general community needs. So I'm going to be looking for that each semester, some sort of community project that is open for all the faculty and the students to do, and that can kind of help us get to know each other better and get to know our community better.
Kristen, which is the 4th high school? Is it Western Boone?
Yes. So there's North Montgomery, Southmont, Crawfordsville, and Western Boone. And I have to tell you, Dr. Bowdy is our new chancellor. He also started this fall in August, and we met with the mayor, and he's working very hard to bring back programs to our campus. so that we can do a good job of taking care of the students here. So some programs they had to work with Indianapolis with, for example, we're getting that back. I think we're working with talking with the fire chief on Friday, tomorrow, to figure out how we can support that department and what the community needs in that regards. But our chancellor had to go get that program and get it approved for Lafayette to be able to be one of the campuses where it's offered. So then we can offer that to our community. And these were pictures. So we had all those tie blankets, and the students in between classes came out and just, tied them up. We had Christmas cookies and hot cocoa, and it was nice to make something tangible and feel like we were working together. We also were able to do an assessment. We did a needs assessment with employers in the fall, and we were able to share that at the October Chamber of Commerce meeting. And so some of the needs came out here. I've also been working with the Montgomery County Foundation, and I think we have a plan together to help put a cohort of current childcare providers through the CDA training. And that would be about every 8 weeks, they do a new class, and we think we can do that one night a week and really support that group so that we can kind of elevate their training, and then kind of with that elevate the quality of childcare available in our community. So, questions or comments on anything I've said so far? These are some things that also came out of that survey. I know that once I've developed programs here, I'm going to be looking and working with Les to try to connect those programs with the employers in the community, because we all know that when we can collaborate, work together, it's to everybody's benefit. Our students benefit because the employers have input into the types of things they should be learning in the training. Employers can offer opportunities like internships and mentorships. Some of them, just like what the computer one have said, they'd like, they're interested in maybe scholarshiping students, but they can help with that development. And then we can start building that relationship while they're training. So employers can kind of already vet and have a relationship with these students. So transitioning them from student to employee becomes, facilitated. And that is the end of what we prepared for you, but we are happy to answer any questions. And we're also really open to feedback, because being new in the community, I'm spending a lot of time just trying to meet with people and talk with people. I don't have an agenda for this community other than I want Montgomery County to benefit from all the resources that Ivy Tech has. I want you to benefit fully from that. So it's really just learning what your needs are, and then we'll work creatively and collaboratively to try to, help you solve problems and make the most out of what we've got.
And as COVID allows, and you get the chance, coming up here and see what you've got here in Crawfordsville at the campus, getting hold of Kristen is a really good idea.
Yeah, I did tour the place with Kristen, and it's a fantastic site to see. I was really interested in this computer security thing, and said, basically that's amazing to have these high schoolers involved in that. And that's something that obviously is going to be needed. I was glad to hear about the CDL training that's going on. That's a big thing, obviously, with the need for truck drivers. Although I saw on TV today that they're going to have all of these trucks that are going to be running without any drivers pretty soon. So I don't know how quick that'll be, but we still need CDL drivers. That's for sure.
I would bet it's going to be a while before they put 60,000 pounds by itself out on an interstate.
That's right. Supposedly FedEx is doing it down between Houston and Dallas right now.
That's what I heard.
So Be interesting. Any other questions from anybody? Caleb, it's your, well, where's Caleb?
Caleb sent me a note saying he had to jump off and take a couple of market calls.
Okay,
So he asked that either you or I wrap things up when we're done with Q&A.
okay. Well, anything else? We also have Andrew on here, who's their bursar up in Lafayette. So I'm sure if you want to pay somebody's bill, you can just contact Andrew.
Great idea. We love that. Yeah, I'll take a minute if it's okay with you guys to just give some updates and things. So first of all, thanks Les and Kristen for presenting today. I really appreciate it. You guys did a great job. Highly recommend going over to their site. Hopefully they can give you a tour soon. It's a beautiful facility, and it'd be great for you guys to get over there. Also, I wanted to thank you all for all the hard work you're doing in your community. I've been watching through emails and participated a few weeks ago with some of you at the Youth Service Bureau, unpacking the truck. That was a great endeavor, and I appreciate everything you guys do. And I love watching everything that you're accomplishing in the community, regardless of COVID and weather and things like that. So keep up the great work on that. Also, the Kiwanis, Indiana mid-year, district mid-year is coming up. It is Saturday, March 19th. So I would highly encourage you all to look into that and sign up and visit. Along with that and the comfort carts that were mentioned earlier, I hear all the time, I really didn't appreciate what we do with Riley until I went and did a comfort cart. Just being there and seeing the impact you're making really makes a huge difference. So I would highly recommend doing that. And then also the mid-year. I know for me, it made a huge difference just going down and meeting with peers and hearing new ideas. It's like a huge inner club. So I would definitely recommend you guys look into doing that in March. And also just on your horizon, June 8th through 11th, it's an international convention. It's back in Indy this year. So I would highly recommend you look into joining, going into that. They're always looking for volunteers. So even if you can't attend, maybe look into volunteering, because they always need people to make Indianapolis look great for the Kiwanis folks around the world. So thanks for your time, and thanks for the great presentation, and I'll look forward to seeing you gone next time. Thanks, Gary, and
Thanks,
Gary and everybody else.
Andrew. Thanks for coming.
Yep.
Any other questions? We got a great partner up here, and I know that there's a lot of businesses. Caleb and I talked to Banjo Corporation, and I don't know, Kristen, if you've talked to Banjo yet, but they have a big need for people, and I think Les could get in there at Banjo and talk to them. They really need some people, and I think they have a good program, and it's a fantastic place to work from what I've seen. It's a factory, but you wouldn't believe it's a factory. Believe me, it's air conditioned. It's a very, very nice place. So I think you'd enjoy placing some people there. So, and I know they would like to probably get involved with you guys too. So if you want, I can send you an introduction to the HR person there and the president of the company. He's a good Southside White Sox fan from Chicago. So he and I got along well, and I could set him up with you, Les.
Sounds good. That'd be great, Gary.
Any other questions? Well, I appreciate the time and everything, everybody, and let's keep it going. I am attending a divisional meeting this coming Saturday in in the Sycamore South Division and talking to them a little bit and hearing from them. So I'll be attending that. I have already signed up for the mid-year and the international. Well, the international, we don't have sign up yet, but I do have a deal for you. If you have never been to a international convention, it'd be a great opportunity to go. They've got some fantastic stuff going on. There's going to be a night at the Indians game, and there's also going to be a night at a fun place down there in Indy.
Slippery Noodle.
And you also have a great deal. I got a secret to tell you all, but if you have not been to an international convention yet, if you're a first timer, got somebody to reimburse you $200 if you attend the convention. So great deal. So, sign up for it. Sign up for the mid-year. Let's get to that first. That's coming up. Sign up for that, and then we'll go on to international. We do have a candidate from Indiana, Steve Ingrams. I know some of you have met before because he's attended a few of our meetings when he was governor, but he is running for international trustee, and I know he'd love to see our support. So plan to sign up for those conventions. Anybody else? Jerry, do you have anything else, or?
No, the only other announcement I guess I would make is that we will meet via Zoom for the next 3 weeks while the county monitors numbers, and we'll see where we go from there. Reach out to some of the other folks that usually attend our face-to-face meetings at the library, and let them know that we're back to virtual for now, but we'd like to see more participation each week. And if anybody needs help technically with getting going on Zoom, contact either me or Gary, and we'll be happy to help.
Right.
I'm not sure who the speaker is next week. Do you know off the top of your head, Gary?
I can get it here, I think, pretty quick.
I'll have a couple of people from the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah, Boys and Girls Club is next week.
Okay, that's right. Okay, Cal. So spread the word about that, and I guess we'll see everybody next Thursday about 11:30.
Great. Thanks all.
Thanks, everybody.
Long and well.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.